Hello and a belated Merry Christmas. December the 24th, 2019. Just call me the YouTube milk boy. Christmas. Me and 3 cats. I've had 3 presents. Mary gave me a Christmas hamper with shampoo and bits and pieces in, including my Fitbit back, which now, confusingly, after 3 days, seems to be working and keeping time. Almost to the second. So very odd there. Still feels like a software issue I had 3 months ago with it. The other was Katie's slippers, which are lovely, albeit a little bit too big. But too big's better than too small, I hear you say. And the last one, and don't forget the box of sweets, biscuits that Katie left as well. And the last one was a David Beckham perfume box with a, where is it? Hold on, I'll get it, because it is weird. There you go, sorry about that gap. I'll edit that out. Ooh. Maybe. Now, the perfume box is fine. Normal perfume, one of my favourites. It's not expensive, but it does fine. It smells nice and it lasts long. The shower gel. And this. I've never seen this in a gift box before. A David Beckham card holder. Did people really use these? Or was it just a spare bit of material they had lying around? Very odd. And is that in place of a wallet? And is it RFID? There's nothing with it. Is it RFID tagging? There's room for 1, 2, 3 cards. Which is about all I use anyway, so maybe it will come in handy. Who knows? That's the most presents I've had for a while. Normally I have to end up buying my own. I could paid on Christmas Eve, which has stopped me going into my overdraft for the first time in about a month. So with any luck I might stay out of my overdraft from this point on. And things might start looking up on the money side. I still have the pamphlet to do with my counselling for the 3rd. I'll have to sit down and read that. It was confusing when she gave it to me. I gave the cats new scratching boards with some catnip. Merlin loved it straight away because they're bigger and wider and deeper. And as soon as I put it down, he just stood on it and laid down. Which he can't really do on. He can do on one of them, but it's not as big as he's used to. And he loves the new scratching blocks. He just sits on it all the time now. Don't know where the boys have gone. They were all here a moment ago. Wasn't really into all the Santa tracking stuff this year. It's more or less the same videos that NORAD put out year after year with a little bit of voiceover that's different. But it is worthwhile. If you haven't seen it before, it's worth going on to NORAD Santa tracking, doing a search for it, and watch the videos as it flies around the Taj Mahal and Tower of London and all that. It is nice. Google did I think this is the 2nd or 3rd year that Google have done Santa tracking, and it's a bit cartoony compared to the NORAD one. What else? Oh, the cats had some Dreamy stockings as well, so they're going through that slowly. I've rearranged the cupboard now, so the coffee is in a cupboard rather than on the windowsill. So that looks a bit tidier. I still need to get a cupboard or something for the kitchen. It needs a little bit more storage to declutter it. What else? Had frozen meals for food today. I had an all-day breakfast, which was all right, you know. half an hour in the oven, cooked, and not really anything to write home about. And the same with the beef dinner, roast beef dinner. It's not the same. You follow the instructions, and the Yorkshire pudding doesn't come out crisp, and the potatoes don't come out crisp. It's all sort of like hot and soggy sort of thing. The only thing that does come out all right is the peas and the gravy. The roast beef, you could tell, was processed roast beef. It wasn't beef. It was something reconstituted and shaped as beef. But it was all right. What else? Been watching TV, a little bit of YouTube, my diary, as you're seeing. Oh, done all the laundry again. Finally cleared 3 sets of bedding and my clothes, so there's nothing else to launder now. It's been sitting in there for weeks, and all of a sudden, one day, done it. I tried the steam wash for the first time because I finally worked out how to get the steam wash on, and it comes out all right. It's okay. It's only available under the baby cycle. It's a 40-degree wash, and it does a steam wash as well, so it sterilises stuff, I imagine. And it is good. It's done the bedding all right, although it does make the dye run, so you need to be careful. Thankfully, it was only like, bathroom mats that went in with the red bedding. What else is there? December the 25th. Unusually, I've watched the Queen's speech. Only lasted 7 minutes this year. I think it normally lasts about 12. So, and I noticed something odd about the Queen. She's got a chipped tooth. Or at least a gap. Because I've not heard the Queen talk for a long time. But she's whistling. And if you have a look at her mouth, there's like a little bit of tooth missing there. You'd think she'd be able to get a cap, wouldn't you? Just so she didn't whistle all the time. Like our old technical drawing teacher, Mr. Donahue. So, had a watch of the Queen's speech. No Bond, again. What happened to the tradition of Christmas? Bond. Okay, Morecambe Wise haven't been on TV for years, but the BBC still used to repeat their shows. But it used to be the Queen, then a Bond movie, then the news, and then another movie, a family movie. Because Bond really isn't a family movie. You wouldn't sit down and watch it with sort of like toddlers. But they'd put like a Disney one on. And I don't know, it's all a bit weird. And there's no Doctor Who on Christmas Day. When was the last time that happened? Since the new run of Doctor Who, 2005 it started. Every Christmas Day there was a Doctor Who. Normally sometime in the evening, 5, 6, 7 o'clock. And it would be an extended edition normally, an hour to an hour and a half, rather than the 45, 50 minutes it normally is. But no Doctor Who. Jodie Whittaker, what is she playing at? We've had no Doctor Who all year, and the only Doctor Who that's going to happen is the start of the next season, which is, I think, New Year's Day, I believe. So 2019, absolutely no Doctor Who whatsoever. Does that really count? Continue? I mean, this is like, was it Sylvester McCoy? One of them had a sort of like a strike, and they only did like 35 episodes. No, I think it was Colin Baker. He only did like 35 episodes. But it was over 3 years because there was a strike or a break of Doctor Who in the middle. So really, he only lasted like 2 seasons, but he counts as 3. And is that going to go towards Jodie Whittaker? Has she now done a second year? Because she did like 8 episodes in the first year, which wasn't many. I think it was 8. None in 2019, and she's doing 10 next year. I was looking forward to Jodie Whittaker being Doctor Who, but I think they changed too much at the same time. It was like, oh, we'll have a female Doctor Who, which isn't impossible, according to canon, I mean, the Doctor metamorphoses when there's a damage to the body. So it could just metamorphose into anything. So being a female Doctor Who isn't impossible. But they seem to change the Doctor Who and the scriptwriters all at the same time, which has ruined it, in my opinion. The stories are okay, don't get me wrong. The plot's just... I don't know, it was more believable before. Peter Capaldi, marvellous Doctor Who in my opinion. Especially after his first half a dozen episodes when he got into the bit a bit more. But Jodie Whittaker, I'm not impressed so far. She needs to put more in. I mean, 18 episodes in basically 3 years. 6 episodes a year, and you call yourself Doctor Who? She needs to do like 2 seasons next year. One at the beginning of the year, and one sort of like September to Christmas. But I'm not sure that's on the offing for Doctor Who. Anyway, this is my diary, not a Doctor Who moan. But regardless, I will sit down avidly and watch the Doctor Who episodes that come up. What else? I've got their favourite biscuits back, the boys, and they're all having a little munch of them. Caspi lately doesn't leave me alone. Since I've changed the cover on the sofa, he's always with me. When he's not sleeping on the chairs under the table, he's next to me. And he does the same thing in the bedroom a lot of the time. He sleeps next to me. He kicks Merlin off to sleep next to me, which is a shame for Merlin, but Merlin don't mind. He's sleeping by the radiator because I've got the laundry on, I've got the heating on. Currently 24 degrees. Middle of winter, and it's 24 degrees. The flat sheet experiment seems to be fine. It seems to be a lot better than the fitted sheets, because I used to wake up virtually every morning and my fitted sheets would be popping off and I'd have to redo the bottom bit of the bed. I've had that flat sheet on there for 4 days and it's not come out once. So it's a lot more comfortable and it keeps the bed tidier. It's a bit looser, which I think is a bit more comfortable as well. That was tabs going by. What else is there? I don't think there's anything else to add to this one. And it's running to a bit of a wander as well, about 13 minutes at the moment. So, I'll love you and leave you. Hope you had a good one today. As I keep saying on the diary entries, they're all going up in the new year. So you're not going to get any real-time diary entries anymore. I think it's easier for me that way. I haven't got to cope with the reactions. So I'm a bit more open with my diary entries. And these are all still continuously in one take. I'm trying to do the diary entries with no editing. Just titles and end titles, and that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. So thank you for watching. I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your day, and I shall give you another entry tomorrow with any luck. Good night.